It's on.
Hello, everybody. Welcome
Hey.
to Make It Monday. It's Amy and Jim. Jim's in the dark today. Well, that wouldn't turn that light on. It's for some reason. But yes, we're in the dark today. I couldn't get to turn on the other. There we go. That's a little better. Now you can see Jim. All right. So what are we doing today?
Invisible zippers.
Perfect.
And one of the problems I heard from a lot of people traveling with the original Sewing Quilt Expo is that when you get an invisible zipper, they always sell you that expensive zipper foot.
Yes.
That's plastic.
Generic.
Right.
Not for your machine.
And I notice if you don't have the exact same height for the shank, I notice that plastic bending.
Yeah.
Either direction because they're not equipped for the strength of the machines we have today.
Yep. It's got to be the right foot for the right job. That seems to be our theme here. The right foot for the right job.
And
all right.
we got your...
Oh, got them over here.
We got the invisible zipper foot.
Okay, that's the invisible zipper foot.
And that's the one that came with the machine or can be purchased as an option.
Right. So every brand has an invisible zipper foot available to it, right? Maybe look a little different.
I would say probably like the newer models.
Right. Yeah, exactly. So this is a Janome here.
But my older machine at home didn't have a zipper foot available. However, being a Martha Pullen educator, I went and used my pin tuck foot.
Right. So this is a 7 groove, a 9 groove, 7. Anyhow, but pin tuck could be a 2, a 4, a 7, a 9, depending on your brand. You want one that has the multiples, so it's a little thinner here.
Yeah.
Right. Because the other ones are just too wide.
And that way, this grabs the zipper teeth, and then you can position your needle wherever you need to.
You can see those little grooves right there. All right. Pass these off to you.
Okay.
All right. So, are we sewing? Or
we want to sew?
Well, we got to maybe explain what a visible zipper even looks like. Some people.
Okay.
Right? So let's take a look at the machine over there. Sorry, Jim. I see what the machine's not even turned on. We weren't planning on doing much today. We were just hanging out.
So this is like the invisible zipper foot. And we're going to lower that. One moment, please. Thank you.
No, yeah, the machine.
I love it when the machine talks to you.
Yeah, the machine wasn't warmed up today, so.
So basically, I have my zipper.
So the invisible zipper is a little different looking, right? Because it's invisible.
Yeah, because this is the part that would be facing you if you were wearing the garment, and the zipper pull is a little smaller, a little more tailored looking, and you can see that you can't even see any of the zipper teeth when it's closed. But even when you open it, sometimes you can barely see it because it rolls to the backside.
Right. We mostly do garment sewing for invisible zippers.
Yes.
Yeah.
So when you want to work with it, what you have to do first is take your zipper and open it flat and then press it with your steam iron. And that way it makes it really flat so you can actually sew it in place because you want to sew it from the backside.
Yeah, because the coils curl under.
Yeah.
It makes it difficult.
I'm just going to borrow this fabric.
That's
fine.
fine.
You did that from the other day. And then I could see on my zipper foot that what you want to do is you want to get it either on one side or the other of that little tongue that's there. And when I set it down, right now my needle's right here, and it was going to sew right exactly in that little groove, because that's one of the hardest things is when you read the package, there's that little woven trail kind of path that's in the tape, and you have to sew along or within the center of that. And if you get it too much to one side or the other, either you can't open your zipper, or when you open it, you see the zipper tape the whole way down. And that's a tricky thing, is getting your needle to fall right in that little path there. And then once you do that, you can just go ahead and just sew right down.
Right, because the traditional zipper, you're sewing 1/8 of an inch plus off of the teeth. Here we're sewing on the teeth pretty much, right next to the teeth. Right.
Yeah.
So Barb says she found a special box of clothes she made years ago from her sister with the invisible zippers. Fran, I made for me.
And that was without using it.
We always have this crazy plastic foot, right?
Yeah.
We bought. And invisible zippers get put in first or last in the seam. I can't remember.
You're going to do it first,
right?
Because
sew the bottom. Yeah.
Yeah, you sew that in first, and then you sew the bottom part. That way it's all fluid.
It's been a while.
And it's like really nice and flat. And then when you turn it over, you can see it's right along the edge of the teeth. But once I zip it up, these teeth will coil to the back side.
Yeah. So don't be afraid of an invisible zipper.
Yeah.
And even in a tote bag, right? You don't want somebody seeing your zipper or, but mostly in clothing. Right?
Yeah. And then you do the same thing like you do with a normal zipper. You're just going to go and purchase a zipper that's longer than what you need, and you just trim it to the length because you want that zipper pull. Usually when we do like a regular zipper, the zipper pull is extended beyond our neckline, right? If you use like a standard one. In this one, you're going to have the zipper tape level with your neckline, but you want the pull to extend below.
Right.
And you're going to cut it off at the bottom.
Right. So the tape that extends out, that's why pattern companies don't vary off that 5/8 of an inch, because that's 5/8 of an inch, right? From there to there. So that's why it fits perfectly when you put your facing in to do it. So that's why everybody goes, why do we have to have 5/8? Why can't it be a 1/2 inch? Because the zipper world would have to change. The button world would have to change. Everything would have to change. so anyhow, that's why that's that. Sorry.
Yeah.
All right.
So sometimes in a way, the zipper, thinking of putting an invisible zipper is a little opposite of what you do with a normal zipper.
Yeah.
Since you have to have the zipper pull, like you said, you want that top part level with your seam allowance.
Exactly. So don't be afraid of an invisible zipper. If you don't have an invisible zipper foot, see if you have a piping foot with the multiple rows in it, because it fits in that little groove perfectly. So,
Yeah.
All right. Cool beans, everybody. Well, have a terrific day, because the more you know,
The more you sew.